Hello everyone, it is I, Deimos. Sorry if I sound a little sick today, my allergies are really bad, but we have to power through because we have a lot of content planned. Today or tomorrow, the first iteration of the enemy's strength and weaknesses will be released, and I also have some shorts coming with some quick tips to help you all in a turnum. Today I did want to cover the newest dev blog regarding combat responsiveness. This should be a really good one, so let's get right into it. Hello combat fans, along with bug fixing and tuning and the plan to changes for war and territory control. If you guys don't know what that is, I'll leave a link to the dev blog below. I didn't make a video on it, but a ton of people did, so it should really be easy to find info on if you're very curious. The team is starting some next steps for combat in New World. Our initial focus will be in weapon swapping, dodge cancels, and attack input windows. We are currently working on weapon swap responsiveness and making sure that it is more consistent throughout all of our attacks, as we want swapping weapons to be an integral and fluid part of combat. There are many times that you think you've swapped weapons, but you end up attacking with the currently equipped weapon instead. We're working to fix these situations and expand when you're able to swap your weapon. So this is actually a really big issue, and I feel like it's gotten a lot more common. You guys can let me know what you think, but we've all had this happen to us. So here's the scene. You're in a 1v1. It's intense. You've got your bow out. You want to swap to your spear because you're a CC cringe lord like me, and you want to do the leg sweep, but instead you're swapping, but you don't actually swap, and now you've done rapid shot, your animation locked, and now you're stunned and you're probably dead. Sound familiar? Or literally any iteration of that scenario has happened to all of us. We are attacking and we think we've swapped weapons, we hit a button and we do the same attack, or no attack at all, with the weapon we thought we swapped off of, and we might even die from it because animation locks do exist, and like I said, that's definitely happened to me a ton of times, and I'm sure it's happened to you guys a lot as well, so I'm really glad that they are addressing this and actually changing it. And I really hope that this is a quick change because this is really annoying. And like I said, I feel like it actually has been happening more recently than before. Along with weapon swap, we are looking into our dodge cancel windows and attack input timings during recoveries of all of our attacks. There are some inconsistencies that are not intended. For example, you're able to dodge cancel out of some recoveries, but not others. And you're able to perform heavy attacks out of recoveries of some abilities, but not all abilities. Our goal is to make sure that there are consistent input windows between all weapons and abilities. Now, I've never done the heavy attack cancel and don't even know what it is, but if that's something you use, then get ready for this. But I actually want to quickly touch on the dodge cancel change really quick. We all know who this is for. It's for light armor users. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to quickly put up on the screen a shot with the dodge cancel and one without. It's a really big difference, and I really hope that if they do make this change, they at least make the roll more fluid, because right now, if you do the roll, you just kind of stand there for a second, and then you get going again. But in that second, you've already been gravity welled, hooked by the great axe, hammer stunned, spear thrown. So many things can happen to you in that short amount of time, not to mention a berserker. If they're chasing you, oh buddy, you're done for, because they're going to do the freaking feral rush. I think that's what it's called, and then you're going to be thorned. And then you're going to be dead. A lot can happen that make the roll completely useless. Now, I do agree that dodging is for dodging attacks, not getting away. But light armor needs that movement to actually survive. The vast majority of light armor users are only using this cancel to simply stay alive, since light armor only usually gives like double-digit protection, except maybe on the chest. So light armor literally needs this movement tactic to escape the heavy armor axe wielders of death that are chasing them, and if they catch you, it's one-sided fight. Without the ability to really create distance, you're kind of done for. Also, light armor is mainly for the ranger classes, and they're based on quick repositioning and rotations into the enemy backline or out of the boss target zones. If they're getting rid of the cancel, they definitely need to adjust the roll and make it more useful, or this will be a humongous nerf to pretty much already the useless light armor. And it may very well kill it entirely, because the 20% increase in damage, it doesn't even do, I don't even know if it works, to be completely honest, because I've used light armor. I use heavy armor, or not heavy, I use medium armor right now because I got really tired of always getting absolutely slammed when someone did catch me. But I don't even know if the 20% increase in damage works, and if it does, it's really not even that noticeable. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion on this. Someone needs to argue in favor of the light armor. I know heavy armor right now is the meta, so a lot of people are probably going to be like, oh yay, this is a great change. I disagree. There needs to be balance between all the classes, and light armor doesn't even have armor, so they need some type of escape mechanism that is that isn't just holding W. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion on this. I really hope they don't change this, and if they do change it, I hope that they make the role actually useful. But we're gonna get moving. We don't want to spend too long on that topic. So sorry about the rant. Like I said, it needs to be said for the defensive light armor. But moving on. Weapon swaps, dodges, and attack inputs are a major part of our combat system, and we want to make sure that they feel fluid and responsive. We'll be rolling these changes out over the next few releases, so please continue to provide feedback, and we will continue to make improvements. In addition to the changes to combat responsiveness, we're planning on a balance update in the future patch to adjust a variety of abilities and tune some of the lesser used abilities to make a wider selection of abilities more viable, to further improve combat in Aeternum. We don't want to spoil too much from this update yet, but know it's in the works and it's on its way. So this is actually a really great dev blog, and it's very promising to me. I think it shows that they care about the more fine-tuned parts of the game and the combat, and it shows how integral and enjoyable they actually want the combat to be. This is nowhere near the length of the previous dev blog, but it was just as good in terms of value in my opinion, and I'm really looking forward to the rebalancing as well, because there's definitely a meta within each weapon, and to be completely honest, the abilities that are left out of the meta are just, they're not good. For example, I decided to try out the Splinter Shot. You know, they had just made the reskilling so cheap in sweet Azoth, so I was like, what the heck. I'll go ahead and give it a try. I've never used it before. I don't ever see anyone using it. I think I used that for about 5 minutes. And I took that shit off so fast because it did like no damage. So I was like, no wonder nobody uses this. It's horrible. That and the musket is a weapon that I'm really hoping to see shine soon as well. That weapon needs some love, in my opinion. It is incredibly strong when it's used in like the best scenario, which is on a wall in PvP, because I've definitely, like in outpost rush especially, I've died to the musket whenever they're like posted up on the balisade, I think is what it's called. It's like the covered spot on the corner of a fort. And they're freaking slamming me down with their fire shot. In those scenarios, it's super good, because if you don't have a way to kind of escape it, you're going to keep getting hit. But outside of that, like 5% of the time, it lacks versatility heavily compared to the bow, which is the only other ranged weapon. The difference is night and day. So I really hope that the musket sees some love and then gets used more, because it's a great weapon. It's just, it doesn't have very many chances to kind of prove that. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like. It helps out tremendously. And subscribe for more content if you liked it. Also, please leave a comment with your thoughts on the dev blog. And also, if there's anything you want to know about New World, like I said in my last video, I want to cover all the topics on the game, not just the skilling and root types of videos. So if there's anything you want to know, please ask, and I will definitely find out and make a video on it, because if you want to know, I guarantee there's other people that want to know as well. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see all of you in the next video.